Well, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Happy International Women's Day. I'm Crystal Sayers from New Beginnings Health and Wellness. Hope you guys had a great weekend. And we're on day 8. Wow, good job. We did a whole week together. That is so amazing. I wanted to let you know, in case you weren't aware, that the month of March is actually um, it's National Brain Injury Awareness Month. There we go. That's a mouthful. And I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but there are tons of people who are dealing with brain injuries, post concussion syndrome. I mean, so many things that have happened. And that's part of the reason that I was inspired to do this reset challenge was because I was seeing things in Facebook groups about people having such enormous difficulties as they were recovering from concussions that they had. And for some people, it's a very long, grueling process. And this technique that you've been learning over this last week, called the Cortices technique, which is a part of the BodyTalk system, is an incredibly valuable tool to be able to help reset the brain, get the brain communicating better. And I'm going to go over some of the details around how this technique actually can help. And it's literally 2 minutes at a time, and you can do it as many times as you want. It's not going to hurt, and it's not going to hurt anything. It's only going to actually improve brain health. And yeah, so thank you for joining. If you are here, please say hello, or if you're watching the replay, just hit the hashtag replay. And for those who are participating in the actual challenge, at the very end, there is a prize to be won. Woohoo! Who doesn't want to win a prize? The prize for the most interactive and the person who's participated the most throughout these 21 days will win a Body Talk session valued at $125. And I'm super excited to do the session with whoever the winner is. So best of luck to everybody. And I wanted to let you know as well that I actually have some reports coming in with people who have been experiencing really great results so far. So, yeah, so several of them. Physical issues are starting to get better. The brain fog is lifting, mental clarity, especially in the morning, has been really helped by this, and just so many more. So just keep your little comments coming. I love that. And I love to be able to share to encourage people who maybe are kind of on the fence about this. They're not really sure if this actually works. And so hearing from you actually helps other people as well to understand that it actually can make a difference, no matter sort of where you are in the world or what you're doing or what may be going on in your life right now. This can help you. So let's just chat just for a moment. I have some notes with me about the Cortices technique and what it does. So, the following comments are some things that the Body Talk system can assist with, but specifically what this technique actually can do for your brain function and physical health. So it takes the body out of the fight, flight, freeze mode. So when we're stressed, we live in sort of that survival mode. We're stressed all the time. We're on edge, maybe even bracing ourselves for another thing that might happen, with COVID and everything happening. That can be incredibly stressful. And so in that case, it's very difficult for the body to be at rest and to heal. And so this will help with that. It helps to improve brain function, like I said. It improves mental clarity, concentration. It can help with memory. It can remove and reduce brain fog, like I was saying. That was a big one for me because I really struggled with that for quite some time until I came across the Cortices technique. And within 2 to 3 days of doing this Cortices technique, 3 to 4 times a day, I noticed a significant decrease in my stress levels, my ability to just handle what was coming during the day. And that brain fog in the morning, I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I absolutely have to have a coffee in order to wake up. I actually started waking up feeling a little more refreshed. My sense of well-being was improved, even though my circumstances had not changed. So it's incredibly powerful. It helps to improve the communication between the right and the left brain hemispheres. So one thing that happens is, we have a lot of use of electronics, probably even more so now with COVID. And what the use of electronics does is it actually causes breakdowns in the brain's communication system. So this actually gets that communication on both sides refiring again and communicating better, which is what we want, right? So super important. Also, it increases a sense of well-being and relaxation, calms the nervous system, as I mentioned, and puts us into that space of healing, which is what we need. So, for example, if you're struggling with sleep, this could be really helpful for sleep. And definitely, I have noticed a change in my sleep. So, if, for example, say you wake up in the middle of the night, you have a hard time getting back to sleep, do the Cortices technique, this technique that we're going to be learning today. If you are feeling really sleepy around 2, 3 o'clock in the, after lunch lull, this is a great thing to do. It can help energize you as well. So even though it does relax you, it still will give you the ability to be able to just feel better, to concentrate, to, get through the rest of your day. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is that it warms the cold spots on the brain. So in brain scans, they can see that there are these things called cold spots or even freckles on the brain. There actually was an article that was done, and they figured that people who suffer with migraines often can have cold spots, especially, or freckles on the brain, especially sort of in this back area here. So if we can get those cold spots warmed up by using this technique, it will improve brain function and thus will improve bodily function as well. So how do you do the technique? Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. So if you are in a situation where you can use both of your hands, great. If you can't use both of your hands and you only have the use of one hand, maybe you have a sore shoulder or a sore arm, then you can use one hand. That's fine. It might just take a little bit longer for you to do it because you need to use your hand to do both parts of the technique. So what you would do first for everyone, and just before we get into this, if you're just coming on, please say hello. Let us know that you're here, that you're watching, and give us some thumbs up in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, just hit #replay. And I'm going to make sure that you're included in the participation level so that whoever participates the most gets to win the BodyTalk session with me, valued at $125. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is with a closed hand, we're going to put our hand on the occipital lobe. So that's the back of the base, sorry, just hit the table. The base of the skull, and you're going to hold that there. Okay, and then you're going to take your other hand and we're just going to tap on the left and right hemispheres. So don't tap like this, that's down the midline. We actually want to reestablish communication between both sides. So we need to tap on both sides. What the tapping does is it causes an interruption in the electrical circuitry of the brain. So this tells the brain, hello, we need some attention specifically at this part. And so we're asking the brain to fix and facilitate the changes. And while we're doing this, we take 2 or 3 nice deep breaths per hand movement on the back of the head, okay? And we're going to do this until we cover the whole brain. So just take some nice deep breaths doing this, and just imagine your focus being that we're getting everything, the communication realigned again, and we're improving communication within the brain. And then we just tap over the heart. We're asking the heart to store the information. Nice deep breaths. And then we tap over the navel or around the belly button area over the digestive system. And all we're doing there is we're just asking the body to integrate and assimilate the changes. Nice deep breaths. And then from there, we're going to move one hand up. So we're going to caterpillar up, as I like to call it. We want to make sure we cover the whole brain. And you're going to hold your hand there, make sure your fingers are closed, and we're just tapping. It's nice to have you guys on here. Thanks for following along. And nice deep breaths. And just light tapping. There's no need to, we're just drawing attention. We're not doing any hard movements. This is really great for kids, especially those who are maybe homeschooling their kids. Over the navel. And this is great. You know, if say kids have a recess or they play outside and then they come in and they need to sit down and concentrate and learn, this is great to do just after they come back in to sit down. It actually will help with the concentration and the learning as well. And again, puts them in that relaxed state. And then we're just going to caterpillar up again. And depending on how big your head is or how big your hands are, you may need more or less hands to cover the whole brain. And that's just fine. Just make sure you cover everything. Great to see you on here, Melissa and Winnie and Lisa and whoever else I might have missed. Great to have you guys. And over the navel. And then we're just going to caterpillar up again. And you can tap either like just behind the head or just over top of the hand. That's fine. Nice deep breaths in and out. Just remember, every time I take a breath in is an opportunity for me to take life in fully. And every time I take a breath out or let go of the breath, I'm also letting go of what I don't need. Isn't that amazing how our lungs are? Okay, and now right down to the eyebrows. You've probably heard me say this already many, many times, at least 8 now. Lots of times we're not actually aware of our breath. Maybe we're holding our breath. Maybe it's too painful to take a full breath in or to let a full breath out. Are you aware of that today? Are you aware of your breath today? Sometimes we could actually be, just over the navel now, we could be having a hard time taking life in if we're having a difficult time taking a full breath in. Or maybe if it's too painful to get a full breath out or we're not able to, maybe we're having a hard time letting go of things. You know, I'd be happy to talk with you about that, you know, off the live if you ever need to chat about that. Okay, so next what we're going to do is the hands go over the temporal lobes, so which is kind of just over the ear. So thumb is on the ear, index fingers kind of just over top, and the base of your hands are sort of in that laugh line area on the temple area. Hold that for just a moment or two, and then take one hand off and tap. We are tapping, tapping. Yes, we are a tapping. Hello, Bonnie. Nice to see you on here. Nice deep breaths in and out. Honestly, it feels so good. I feel so relaxed already. I don't know about you. Tapping over the heart, asking the heart to store the information. And then we're tapping over the navel, asking the navel to assimilate and integrate the changes. And then just bring your hand back for just a moment. And then we're going to use the other hand. And we're tapping, we're almost done. See how easy this is? It's so easy. This is great self-care, you guys. So if you've been wondering, how can I do like a simple, easy self-care for myself every day? Think about this, like every time you brush your teeth, okay, I need to do the Cortices technique next. Or first thing in the morning, you turn your coffee pot on and then you do the Cortices technique. This is great. Just establish it with something that you've already done and it will be way easier to remember it. Nice deep breaths in and out, and then just over the navel. And that is it, you guys. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Hang in there, keep sticking in there with me. And I know you're just going to feel better and better every day. And keep those little testimonials coming. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any restrictions in being able to do this, let me know. We can do some troubleshooting together. I'd be happy to do that. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow live at 5 Mountain Standard Time. Take care, guys. Bye for now.